Oh, sorry guys, I forgot I started the video. I'm just sitting here trying to calculate how many times I've been asked today's question.
And I, oh,
Whatever. Anyway, hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Tracy, and you already know the vibes. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to today's question. So, as I mentioned, we have one of my favorite questions in the world today, and it's coming from Charlie from Baltimore, Maryland. And he asks, I'm 32 years old. Am I too old to become a model? First of all, you guys and the ages that you refer to as too old, you literally have to stop it. You are not old in any regard, and much less too old to be modeling. Now, I do agree that as you get older, things might become a little bit more difficult with regards to getting signed. But I definitely do also think that there are some things that you can benefit from when you choose to wait until you do other things to start to pursue modeling. Or, this can really just be applied to any endeavor that you choose to kind of pursue. So let's get into the reasons. So the first reason I usually think about, or the first thing I usually describe when I get this question is, consider this. You get signed to an agency, you're brand new, you have like a very beginning basic portfolio, and you get submitted for jobs that you kind of fit for. So like, let's say you get a Macy's job, and it's like, age range 24 to 36, and they're looking for female models, whatever. So they get all of their suggestions, and they ask to see your book as well. So they, whatever, blah, 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 they send you to the client. Now, they have your book, which is a basic book, but then they also have portfolios from other talents, musicians, models that are also 32 or around your age. Now, the difference between your book and their books is that, unlike you, they've been working for the past 10 years. So even though you both fit the brief, one person has a much larger body of work and one has a much more shallow body of work. If you're the client and you like both talent, who would you pick to book? The model that has all, like, it's clearly 10 years of experience, or the model who's just started on the journey? And I don't say that point to kind of discourage. It's more just to put things into perspective, because it just is a reality. Now, how can you kind of combat that? I don't think that the portfolio is everything. I also feel like, just because you haven't been modeling for the past 10 years doesn't mean that you haven't been doing anything. Maybe you went on to pursue a different career that also has given you a lot of life experience and a lot of, stories and things to talk about. That's something you leverage. For a lot of shoots, they're not looking for just models. They're looking for people to have an interesting narrative, that have an interesting story, that might have done something out the box. And not to say that modeling is not interesting, but if you receive submissions from models all day, someone that hasn't been modeling will be more interesting to you because they've done something different with their time. And that's also just a fact. So you see how it can kind of go both ways. Another thing that people don't consider, and again, this is about contemporaries, is, again, models with 10 years working experience have the 10 years to show, or have the portfolio to show for it, but they also have the connections too. They've been working with these teams and with these clients for a long time. So a lot of times when different opportunities come up, especially as you get higher in age, like when you get into the 40s and 50s, where there are opportunities, a lot of times the clients already know who they have in mind, or it might be a model that, they've worked with for 15, 20 years and, for all intents and purposes, grew up with the brand. So obviously there's kind of history there. And I think sometimes too, that lack of opportunities might make it so that it is a little bit more hard to get signed. That's just another consideration. Another thing I also think about too, which might be another reason, again, not to discourage, but just to kind of pull the curtain back or just some ideas, just so you can kind of feel a little bit better about why you might not be getting the responses that you want. Think of some of the jobs that are available as you get older. I think, not to say that all jobs become this, but like you start to get cast, or maybe if you're in a principal role as a dad, or maybe, you're in a, I don't know, like just when they start to ask for older women and older guys, a lot of times too, those older women and older guys can be actresses, can be talents, can come from different sorts of pools, and just because of that, it just means there's more competition. So that's also another thing too. And a lot of the times, if you're at a fashion agency, I don't think they're chasing a lot of those jobs too, because those jobs can go to acting agencies, they can go to more commercial agencies and things like that. So I just like there's a lot of different reasons, and some of them aren't so bad. I think also too, you have to use what you have to your advantage. Having that life experience. Not everybody wants to be on set with 18 and 21-year-olds. Like a lot of these people, especially when you have more of a budget and when you're working with bigger clients, they've been doing this for a while. And not to say anything bad about models of a certain age, but when you're in your 40s, sometimes you like to have like company or just someone that's lived a little bit more. So I think just having that confidence and knowing that even though you might not have been modeling for this time, you also know you've been doing something else that was worthwhile and has given you life experience, and that's definitely something you can leverage as well. So I think go into it like without even thinking about age. Honestly, age is just a number. Put your best foot forward, put your best skills forward, and I really don't think you need to worry that much about age. And if you're still worried about it, what else you gonna do? You are the age you are. Get used to it, unfortunately. Guys, as I mentioned in my other video, I'm going to try to answer a new question every day. So if you have any questions that you'd love for me to answer, please leave them below. All right? Let me get back to trying to figure out how many times y'all asked me this question. And please don't ask it again.